For me, the film had the intensity, intimacy and intelligence of a really great play, but also so cinematic and dynamically shot. And I wondered if you could just talk about what happens when Danny Boyle comes together with an Aaron Sorkin screenplay.
Well, when that happens, you get this great film, because I really think it's great and I'm so proud to be in it. It is like a play, and Aaron will tell you himself, he is a playwright who has become a screenwriter. And so he still writes with the structure of a play behind it. And he says that when he went to the studio and pitched his idea about how he wanted to construct this story in the 3 acts, he really thought they were going to say, well, you're crazy, you can't do that. And amazingly, they said, well, just do that. That sounds fantastic. So what you do get as an actor is a ton of dialogue. I actually still can't quite believe how we did that. We did drive ourselves mad. It was almost forensic in the levels of focus and concentration that we all had to have, but particularly Michael Fassbender. Is 187 pages of dialogue. He's on every single page, and boy, does he deliver. He's absolutely amazing. But, the rehearsal was very important. Danny Boyle was brilliant at making sure that we all had that. He really wanted it. And what it did for us as actors was it put us all in the same space. It neutralized everything. There was no hierarchy. We were all very much this little company, because actually there's not many people in the film at all. And we all just knuckled under and got on with it. And it was great, actually, to have all those actors in the rehearsal space with us, because often if we'd run out of ideas, we'd turn to the room and say, okay, that didn't work. Has anyone got an idea? Has anyone got oh, that's a good idea. Okay, well, let's do it again. Okay, we'll try that. And, it could be Sarah Snook, who was playing Andrea Cunningham, almost one of the only other women in the film, who would have come up with something genius. And so it was lovely to have that level of collaboration, because you don't get to spend that much time with other actors, because you're often in and out and you work on different days. And so it was really lovely to have that.
But such a wonderful partnership between yourself and Michael Fassbender as well. Can you explain why you think that worked so well?
I just think we got lucky. I think that we're quite similar in terms of how we were brought up, actually. And I think that who you are as a person sort of begins then in many ways. And also we know about hard work. And so there was never any sort of fussiness or ego-y stuff around that. And he's just a great person. He's a really committed actor. He was so professional. I've never seen anything like it, actually. And he's a laugh. He's a real laugh. And so we just, we got along just great. And, when you work so closely with someone like that, you really learn when to kind of make them a cup of tea or give them a bit of space or a slice of cake. You just, you learn to kind of look after each other a little bit, which luckily, I was able to do on this film, because, poor little thing, he sort of, I don't know, he seemed like he needed it a bit.
I first got very excited about seeing this film, walking through New York and seeing the poster with you, with the 80s look, with the glasses and the one earring, and I was like, I cannot wait to see the film.
Yeah.
Can you talk us a bit about, tell us a bit about the styling and vocally getting Joanna?
Well, doing the dialect, nailing that dialect was, honestly, I think about it and it drove me absolutely mad. It really drove me crazy. I was very lucky because I have this dialect coach who I've worked with a lot. Her name is Susan Hegarty. We worked together for the first time on Titanic, would you believe it? And so I've known her for a long, long time. And she was just on my tail. If there was a single sound that was off, she would wrestle me back into touch. And between the two of us, we just endlessly listened to voice tapes of Joanna and broke it down. It's not a Polish accent, but it's not Armenian. She's been in America since she was a teenager, so she's got lots of American swing and rhythm. And one of the things that's quite difficult about doing an accent like that is that you're only ever one step away from a Saturday Night Live sketch. And if you sort of lay it on too thick, you can really hear the person doing the dialect. And so the other temptation too is to, if you're doing a dialect like that, you can chop it up a lot. And the whole thing with Joanna is that she has this swing and this rhythm, and that's how she speaks to Steve. And getting that side of her was really hard, because it just was. So there's that component. And then the look. So we had so much fun putting together, particularly the 1988 look that you're referring to that's on the poster. And actually, it was my idea to do the short one side, long on the other. And I said to Ivana, who was hair and makeup, I said, oh, come on, let's pull up pictures of Bananarama. And we literally would just look at them all. And there were these brilliant hairdos. And Joanna herself, she had something slightly similar but not quite as long. And she also said to me, she said, you know, symmetry bothers me, and it bothered me back then. And that was why I wanted to kind of capture that side of her. Sometimes she'd wear one earring and nothing on the other side, or, you know, one really long earring and a teeny tiny thing here. And yeah, the crazy hair and the different lines with her clothes. And it was great fun. But also, I think that fashion and hair changed a lot through the 80s. And that was really the best part for me, because 4 years, 84 to 88, there's a massive jump. So making that jump as big and as obvious as we wanted to, really, was just fantastic artistic licenses. You know, we really loved that side of it.
Kate Winslet, always a pleasure. Thanks very much. Congratulations on Steve Jobs.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey!